Hi everyone, welcome to Staying Green in Quarantine, where we're sharing tips to help you build a more sustainable lockdown. Now today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Originally we wanted to take you on a shopping trip with us, but we didn't want to spend more time in the shops than we had to. So instead we went shopping and we've brought everything back and we've laid it out, and we're going to take you through what we bought. Before we do that, I should note, and we said this before, but we're not vegan, we're not zero waste. We're just trying to do what we can to, be aware of our carbon footprint and cut back on it where possible. So hopefully the tips that we're sharing today will be easy, realistic, and they can happily fit around your existing lifestyle without breaking the bank as well. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to talk about is fake meat. This is a really important part of our diet. We tend towards being vegetarians, not completely, but we tend towards it. Studies have shown that reducing your meat intake is the best thing that you can do to reduce your carbon footprint. But that doesn't mean completely becoming a vegetarian. Even just like reducing your meat by having one meat-free meal a week is super helpful, a really great step in the right direction. And it's also habit forming, like getting in the mindset of, okay, so like I don't eat meat on Wednesdays, is really helpful to kind of be used to that rhythm in your weekly life. So we picked up a few things. We picked up absolute classic Linda McCartney's 6 vegetarian sausages. I love these. I've been eating these for years. They're my favourite. They're a really great flavour. They're kind of just meaty enough that they're convincing as sausages, but they're also kind of not meaty enough that they kind of stand up in their own right, and they're really, really great. Recommend them to absolutely anyone. And then vegetarian southern style chicken, also from Linda McCartney's. We haven't tried this before, but I love the brand. I think the food they make is really tasty, really, really awesome. So we're gonna give this a go and see what it's like. Also, shout out, they do great non-plastic packaging. Most of the stuff that they sell comes in cardboard boxes, which is obviously great. And then we also picked up this to try from the Vegalantes, who are a group of like-minded rebels trying to change the world one mouthful at a time, which we love. They're plant protein, like meat-free ribs. Really interested to try those. Never tried anything like that before, so really excited to give that a go. What else? And then we also picked up some tofu. We just kind of chuck that in stir fries or like ramen. We're going to be having ramen tonight, so we'll be using that probably. And yeah, it's a really great meat substitute as well. And then the last thing is oat milk. So obviously not meat, but I love this brand. I think they're really funny. I don't know if you've seen that advertising about, but it's just really funny and really kind of friendly and personable and cheeky. We only really use oat milk for like cereal in the mornings, and to begin with you can't really tell the difference, but personally I found over time that I actually prefer this now to regular milk. It just tastes really great, and we'll buy this instead of any of the other oat milks. It's usually the same kind of price point as well. So that's the fake meat, and then I should also say we have a bit of a sweet tooth, so a problem that we have a little bit is candy. So obviously the packaging isn't great, but we have picked up a load of like kind of fizzy laces and Skittles as well. These are great because they don't contain gelatin, so this is suitable for vegetarians. Gelatin is a meat byproduct. I try to avoid it where possible. It's not essential, but it is kind of a small step that you can take that's pretty easy as well. So yeah, just getting in the habit of like trying to cut back on meat in that way. Not completely essential, but it's habit forming and it's a really easy thing to do. There are some really tasty alternatives as well. We should probably put this in the freezer, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that.
Time for some freezer Tetris. Favorite time of the week.
We're also trying to avoid plastic packaging where possible, and the easiest place for that is the produce section. It is kind of difficult because most supermarkets still sell like a lot of the produce in like plastic bags and like wrapped in plastic film, which is, I believe, unrecyclable. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe unrecyclable, so it's kind of difficult. The things like this cucumber, for example, wrapped in plastic is, not ideal. But also the World Health Organization has said that buying unwrapped produce is totally chill as long as you give it a wash at the moment. So that's basically what we're doing. So we managed to get most of the stuff that we're buying, a lot of the stuff that we bought plastic free. So some avocados, which we'll use for breakfast probably. Kate makes a great like feta and avocado smash thing. You should ask her for the recipe, it's fantastic. And it is a bit weird, like for example, we kind of just pick up loose mushrooms and we don't really want to use the bags. So we kind of just pick them up and then they're kind of knocking around in the shopping trolley for a bit, but it is what it is. So yeah, mushrooms we got loose, garlic also got loose. I love brandishing a head of broccoli, it makes me feel so strong and powerful. So yeah, broccoli as well. Limes are important because those they often come when when you're buying them in a multi-pack, they often come in those kind of nets, which is really damaging for marine life. So we're really careful to buy those, you know, loose when we can. Peppers, similarly, often you can buy them loose or in packaging. We just buy them loose. It's a little bit more expensive, I think, usually, but there's not really much in it. And then some hefty carrots as well. Some potatoes as well, which we got loose. So those are the things we managed to get loose, and then unfortunately there were a few things that we had to buy packaged. So the cucumber that I showed you, we like. Oh no, I lost the lime.
This is a catastrophe.
Lettuce. So yeah, this was super reduced. This is like 10p. And it does come in a big plastic bag, so you know, not ideal. And then this is the stuff that I find the most difficult is like dinner vegetables, so like mange tout and trimmed beans. You know, it's difficult to find anywhere that sells them loose. If you know anywhere, please tell me. Tell us about it in comments. But yeah, that's basically what we're doing to try and make sure that the produce we're buying is plastic free where possible. Now, it's obviously impossible to avoid packaging completely, but there are a few things that we've started doing that are pretty easy to cut down. The first thing is where we are shopping. So there's a Morrison's near us where we go shopping, and they sell like loose eggs from local farmers. So we've got this, you know, these two 6 egg carton things, and we'll just take them to and from the shop with us. It just means we don't need to pick up more. Obviously, cardboard's pretty easily recycled, but you know, it just saves that process. It means we can reuse rather than recycle. And obviously we also take our own shopping bags as well, to kind of cut back on that plastic waste. When we're thinking about packaging, we try to buy where possible, we try to avoid plastic basically. So we try to buy glass, like we got some olive oil this week, and we made sure we got it in a glass bottle. Glass is heavier, so it has a higher carbon footprint to transport, but glass can be recycled infinitely. It can keep being recycled and recycled and recycled. It's 100% recyclable. Whereas plastic it's less recyclable. It doesn't retain its like quality when it gets recycled, and it is just pretty bad for the environment basically. So we just try to avoid it where possible. We'll buy glass instead. And then the other thing, kind of similar to that, is when we buy juice, we try and buy it in cartons rather than in plastic bottles. Tetra Pak is a bit of a tough one, but it is easier to recycle. The thing with plastic is a very small percentage of it actually gets to being recycled anyway, whereas like Tetra Pak and glass often, you know, is pretty highly recycled. And then the other thing is, I mean, I don't know if you can get plastic pots of beans, but
you can.
You can. Well, okay, well, don't buy them. Yeah, we buy cans basically as well. Similar to glass, aluminium is infinitely recyclable. It can just be recycled and recycled again and again and again into cans or into bottles. So yeah, those are the main things that we're doing. But unfortunately, there are a few things, as with our produce, where it's kind of impossible to avoid packaging. So we've got a mozzarella, and they always come in these little plastic things. And I don't believe, much like with, I don't believe that they're recyclable at all, which is pretty sad. And the same with crisp packets. So we've got some kettle chips. Yeah, and it says on the back here, these aren't recyclable at all. And the same thing with these noodles that we picked up, and the bread that we bought actually, which is a bit of a shame. I don't really know how to avoid that, but there are, you know, as I say, there are just a few things where you're going to have to buy packaging that is unfortunately unrecyclable. And the last thing to talk about is cleaning products. So this week we needed some more washing up liquid, so we bought some Ecover. We love this brand. We've been using them for like 6 months. They aren't sponsoring us. I just love them. I wish they would sponsor us, so drop us an email. They do really great products. They're all really good for the environment, or better for the environment at least than other cleaning products. They do like laundry detergent, they do toilet cleaner, and obviously washing up liquid as well. The thing about washing up liquid is a lot of the main washing up liquid brands have a label on the back of the bottle that says this is really damaging for aquatic life, for the marine environment. It's kind of alarming, really. So yeah, we made the switch. Same kind of price point, it works just as well, smells really nice. And if you're super into it, there are a lot of refilleries. Ecover are available at a lot of refilleries, so you can just take the bottle that you buy and fill it up in a lot of places as well. That isn't what we've done, but you know, again, super great for the environment and really easy switch to make. And then not something that we bought today, but I thought it would be worth mentioning as well. Recently we started buying some of these small dishwasher tablets, It's really difficult to find dishwasher tablets that aren't individually wrapped in that kind of like plastic film. So these guys post these out to you every couple of weeks. They're really great, they smell nice, and they're not individually wrapped as well. And they're in this cool like cardboard child safe box, which is recyclable. So yeah, we've been using that, and I guess we'll keep updated on how that goes. I should say we'll probably do a video at some point just talking in a bit more detail about like cleaning products and how to know what to look for and how to know what to avoid. But yeah, this is just basically what we're picking up on a week-to-week basis. Thanks so much for watching today, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the video and you found it helpful. It's super easy to cut back on plastics and to add like a meat-free day into a weekly diet, and to explore other ways to make your shopping trip just a little bit more eco-friendly. We'd really love to hear about how that's going for you, so tell us about it in the comments below or ask us any questions that you have. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and share it with some of your friends. And if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe to the channel. As always, stay home, stay safe, stay green.
Are you
Being personable.
Sure, you're doing a great job, sweetie.
Thanks.